I should be normal, because I will be judged if I'm, a bit different. Yeah. Who am I? Good question. Well, to be honest, I don't like to introduce myself with the name, with the age, with where I'm coming from. Like, I find that who I really am deep down, it's not a name. If you're really clear with who you are and what brings you joy and what you value and your principles of, like, for example, following your gut and your passion, that's a really, for me, like, showing who you really are. AIYA Rose is my name as an artist. My birth name is actually Marusha. So I grew up in Slovenia, in Celje, which is, or was, the third biggest city, but nobody really knows about it. There's like 50,000 people and everyone kind of knows each other. It's one of those small towns where, people are talking, like, everyone knows each other. And it's like, oh my God, like, she's crazy. And yeah, I was definitely called crazy a lot of times in my life. My grandpa is Croatian, so I'm kind of quarter Croatian. We started going to the seaside also in Croatia every summer since I was like 6 years old. So yes, I speak Croatian as well, and I love Croatia also. But yes, I grew up in Slovenia. When I was a kid, I really wanted to be an actress, because as an actress, I knew that I can be anything. I can be a singer, I can be a dancer, I can be a doctor, I can be a teacher, like, I can really play with different expressions of myself. And I was very much in my own world. I, for example, could easily, like, play by myself and with trees and with sticks, and I would always find entertainment. I have stories of getting lost at the airports, in a ski resort, like. On the other hand, my sister was always with my parents and, like, listening, like, what they're talking about. And, now she's a psychologist. I also have a brother, 9 years younger. As a kid also, like, life just seems full of possibilities and just so colorful. And as years go on, with all the conditioning from the family and the school and the peers, I would, like, slowly kind of push that down and be like, I should be more normal to fit in. I mean, especially in smaller towns like that, it's like you either fit in or you're weird. What I would say to myself as a kid, I would say, go for it. You've got everything it takes. All your dreams are doable and possible. Just keep on doing what you love, and you will get there. I needed to hear that back then, because rather than this, I was getting, sentences like, that's not gonna happen, be realistic, oh, they're not gonna accept you. Over time, you start feeling bad for enjoying life and expressing yourself and loving life, because it's like, oh no, actually, I shouldn't be doing this because life is hard and it's suffering, and I should be realistic. I think it's so important for kids to be supported, even if the parents don't see a way how that would work. The way is not done yet. So please just support your child to be like, you've got this. So yes, I quit school and I packed my bags, and my family wasn't happy about it, of course. I had some conversations with my mom, and she was always like, oh, you know, be realistic, you know, you just got 5 more years and then you'll get a job and then you'll be free to be more creative. And I was like, what? Like I'm drowning over here. Like, I'm not happy living this life that everyone seems so content with living. And there it was more like, you know, like everything is pushed down and like I should be normal because I will be judged if I'm, you know, a bit different. Yeah. But then eventually I came to Bulgaria. Since I came here for the first time, I just felt at home. In those 2 months, I just fell in love with the place and the people. There's a lot of artists and musicians, and like that's what I also discovered, like the music scene is very much alive.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's fun.
And so I felt like this is the place where I can really grow. There's more compassion. There's more inclusivity and people coming together. What I'm doing, I'm being myself, and I'm doing what I love and following my passion. So yes, I'm singing.
Moment.
I'm performing live in different bars. I actually started playing professionally after I moved to Bulgaria, because before, singing was just my hobby. I love the fact that being an artist or a musician, like, it's so dynamic.
What's the song? What's the meaning behind the song? Is there any more you want to share?
Wait, just a moment.
Of course.
I love storytelling, whether it's, you know, through movement, through a video, through a song. And so you asked me about this song that I wrote. It's in Slovenian language. And the title is Daj da ostanem, which means let me stay. It's a very vulnerable song for me because it talks about my experience like 2 years ago in a hospital where I almost died, and so yeah, that song kind of really came through. One time I sat down and I was like, I gotta write a song about that experience because it was really profound for me, and it still impacts like how I live today. I don't like to waste my time with, like, you know, like, life is hard. It's not easy, right? But I want to find every day to find, you know, what I'm actually really grateful for, and like, fuck, I'm alive. Like, even just that, it's a blessing.
Парче, кое ми много свира на сърцето, защото трудно изпитах това. И да, извинете, I'm a bit emotional now.
So I sat down and just in 5 minutes, the song was on the paper, and I was looking like, oh my God, like, okay. The more I'm open, the more I'm like allowing myself to enjoy life and appreciate life and be like, oh my God, like I'm in Netherlands, you know, for the first time in Amsterdam or whatever, you know, and I would be like, wow, like, this is so cool. I had €2 in my pocket, but I would be like like, this is so cool. Anything can happen. And when you approach life with that kind of openness and joy and passion and just being grateful to be alive, life really meets you in a very open way as well. When I first decided to perform professionally, I knew I wanted to have some people playing with me. For the first year, I was kind of switching musicians, and you know, it's very important that you click with someone that you play with and work with. And thankfully, I'm also single right now, and I was swiping on Tinder, and that's how I met Jack.
My name is Jack Kelly. I'm from Ireland and I now live in Sofia. So what I'm doing now is I'm kind of still sort of figuring stuff out, I guess, but I'm teaching music still. So that's kind of my profession. So I met AIYA through Tinder, which is kind of interesting. But I've actually found that to be kind of really useful when you're moving to a new city to find new people to hang out with. And I think it's actually turning into more of that, where like you can meet up and just enjoy someone's company, and you know, it doesn't have to be what Tinder's predominantly kind of made for, I guess. And really cool vibes and stuff. We like the same music, and yeah, we've played 3 gigs so far, and hopefully more on the horizon. Biggest dream definitely to be like recording a lot more and like writing music. So I write a lot of music, but I'm very bad at like releasing music.
Back up on your feet again. Everybody wants to be your long lost friend. It's mighty strange without a doubt. Nobody knows you when you're down
My biggest dream is to just be all that I am and just really enjoy life. Like, enjoy the fuck out of this life. There's always gonna be challenges, but like, I think there's a bit too much seriousness and suffering in the world, and it's just normal, and it's like, oh, you're suffering, look at me, I'm suffering even more. You know, life is hard, and yeah, there's challenges. Yeah, it's not always easy, but there's so much to explore and experience, and so much to enjoy. Доволи си бито сака си in pojdi tja, kjer veš, da želiš iti. Ne glede na to, kaj drugi mislijo in kaj ti drugi govorijo. Just go for your dream.
Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. When you're down and out. Merci.